creative friends. My name is Shannon from shannonstudio.com. I'm here to talk about creative life tips, something that might help us be more creative, or what my creative life looks like. Just kind of taking creativity in a broad sense. Video 330, I think, in a row. So we've done 330 videos in a row, which I'm like, yay. That was my goal for myself, and August 1st is my last one that I'm going to do every day. So we're winding down here. Let's see. I think my husband and Joseph, our boy, is up there upstairs doing emojis, making emojis. Joseph said something to me about it last night, and then just before I got on, the boyfriend sent me several emojis. So I think they're up there making emojis. Like, you know, the ones that avatars that look like you. I think that's what they're doing, because he sent me several of them. Hey, Rose. So today, you know, we talk a lot about happiness and how that looks and how that feels and what we can do to generate that, and that is a natural consequence of being creative. That's one of the benefits, to be able to feel better and have well-being and happiness. So I just wanted to talk tonight about when we're not feeling happy. And first off, I think you have to, and I've said this before, you have to kind of let those feelings in, and well, we let the feelings come, but to kind of be in those feelings, to give yourself some time to be in the feelings. We're not meant to go through life only happy, like only the happy mode and turn off all the rest. It doesn't work that way. And so I think what being in your feelings and addressing them and acknowledging them, and it's really, to me, it's acknowledging them. When you acknowledge your feelings and really let them be felt, I think it teaches us what they feel like, what the different feelings feel like. So what anger feels like, what pity feels like, what, you know, whatever the feeling is, to really understand it, understand where it's coming from, understand how it feels different from something similar, and what provokes it. So I think we have to be in those feelings. But then once we have like course, and I can go from just a short, like really short time span to a few days. I can, you know, and it's not like one level those few days. They can go up and down during that time period. But I am a believer to feel that, to feel those feelings, and but then also to learn that, you know, we are the masters of ourselves. We are the masters of our emotions and feelings, and that we can do something about them. So after I let it run its course a little bit, I kind of go through this if-then kind of thought pattern, and it's just this kind of automatic, and I was thinking it's an automatic thing, but that it could be a deliberate thing. So I wrote down a few things about an if-then statement. Is something like, if something happens, if this situation happens, and in this situation, if this feeling happens, then some possibility. So then some function you do. So then do. So the situational thing, and then switches into the functional thing that can ease that, or ease you through it, and to forward with that emotion, so, or with that feeling. So I wrote down a few, and if you think of any while you're listening to this, write them down as well, so we can I'll share those. So one of them is, if you're feeling empty, if you're feeling kind of I don't know, you know, what is happening with me. I kind of feel, I'm just going to type something. So it kind of just this, I don't know, kind of void, kind of, Okay, empty. You're kind of feeling empty, vacant, So if I start to feel like that, and I kind of feel like I don't have anything else to give, I'm starting to, feel a little depleted, then I know it's time to fill up my tank. So the if statement is, if I'm feeling empty, then it's time to fill up the tank. So what I do is, creativity is, I want to say it's always the answer, but it's not always the answer, but it's a real good answer to a lot of things. And to do it in, certain ways of doing creativity. So this, for me, if I'm feeling empty, it's not like I want to do a whole bunch of things. It's not like I want to go out and do this big museum run or something like that. So, but one thing I do is I will look at my Pinterest boards, and I will, because I have more Pinterest boards that are secret than I do on my regular. It just, on my board, it will rejuvenate some of the things that I've saved. It will rejuvenate me. It will oh yeah, I think that was, I wanted to do that. Oh, that looks so great. Or, so I can go through my Pinterest board and my boards and feel something. It starts to feel that again, and it starts to give me ideas and to fill my mind with ideas and possibilities of that I can do for my family or whichever board I'm looking at. Hey, boyfriend. Thanks for the emojis you were sending me. So, and then sometimes that will lead into doing something where you start to feel a little bit inspired, feel a little bit not so empty anymore. Another one is if I am confused about something. And this happens, sometimes you have to make a decision, and sometimes it's like, I don't know what to do. These feel good, and that's what I'm doing a lot right now, making some business decisions about what I want to do. So I've been a lot in this process where I'm just like, I don't know what to do. But what I have, so my if is, if I'm confused, then I take, because something you dislike, something you hate, strong emotion. Hatred is a real strong emotion. So what I decide to do is, I don't know what to do, but pretty much I know what not to do. So I will go through the list, go through the options, and then take out what I know I hate. It's just like, or did I get this feeling of being claustrophobic or being pinned in? And then I go, oh, okay, I don't want that. So then that whittles it down. So then I'm only left with 2 or 3 things, and then approaching that to make a decision becomes less confusing. So that's one of the things that I do. If I'm feeling confused, then I go with the things I hate, because they're a lot clearer to me. They bring up this guttural emotion in me, and so I go, that's out, that's out, that's out. And then you condense. Another thing is when you feel kind of lost, like you kind of feel like, I don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going. I kind of feel like I've lost my way a little bit. And for this one, sometimes that happens to me, and I'm like, what am I doing? Is this the right thing? And for me, so if I feel lost, the thing I do is get grounded with the things or people that have already proven themselves to me to be true, and to be like your North Stars. Like they're stable. These things are stable in my life already. Previously, I know that, so I can turn to those things and people. So like reading the scriptures, that's one of those things. Or talking to the boyfriend, that's one of those things. Connecting with my kids, that's one of those things. Talking to my friends who have good ideas and who have lifted me up, that's one of those things. So if I'm lost, then I'm not lost, that's not grounded, and I hold on to that and interact with that. Another thing is, if I feel insecure, to realize that's just part of the human experience and be okay that I am human, that I am, that to remind myself that this is, yes, this is what's going to happen, and then to think of the things that I've done previously that I've felt insecure about, and I've actually done them, and it's like, oh, so if you feel insecure, go back in your history, go back several years, decades, and see where you were, and realize, oh my goodness, I have come a long way. I have overcome different things. I'm insecure in this moment, but I've been insecure in the past. I'm human, so I can move forward from this. If I'm insecure, I can then think on the things that I have been insecure in the past and realize I have mastered those. So that's another one. And let's see. If I'm feeling stuck, I wrote down something that doesn't make any sense to me. But just thinking on my feet, when I feel stuck, a lot of times I will look back on what I've decided my plan has been. Sometimes because like you get going on something and it's like, oh, I'm stuck. Then you can start, I can reach out to other people. What have they done? And so I can get myself past that. And I think that's what I meant by that one. So, okay. So the if-then statements. So you're going to have triggers. You're going to have certain feelings that come on you that aren't always happy. And so if you have to think of in terms of if-then, and you know yourself really well, you know what things are going to come up often or have come up. And sometimes just recognizing this, oh, I do this when I do something else. The boyfriend says, insecurity is an ancient history for you, girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, when you get old, yeah, there's a lot of things that you've already passed. You've already crossed over that bridge. And so but there's still, if you're progressing and you're still learning, you're still going to feel insecure about certain things. And things are going to come up that you've never done before. So for instance, I'm thinking I'm going to do a webinar for the launch of the membership group I'm going to do in July and August. So I've never done a webinar before, and context, and I don't know how you set it up. I don't know. So I'm feeling sure about that. So yeah, boyfriend, you're right about that. There's a lot and that's why I say, go back and look at the things that have happened in your past that you have overcome, so that you can remind yourself, even though you're insecure in the moment, that you have been insecure in the past. You didn't die. You moved forward. You've gotten over that. You traveled the road. We have to remind ourselves that. So the if-then statements. If you're insecure, look to your past to remind yourself that you will be able to get past this. Rose says that she agrees with Alan. Thanks, Rose. So if you are feeling empty, it's time to fill the tank. If you are feeling confused, then to use the strong emotion of hate or dislike to weed out some of the confusing things that you're not sure about. And if you're feeling lost, then that's the time to look around you and that have already been proven to you to be stable for you, so that you can, kind of have those landmarks, those feeling landmarks, those internal landmarks that you can go, okay, these people, these things have over for me, and I can have been proven before, so I can count on those. So that was just the tip tonight. Use the if-then and recognize them. And because I think sometimes we do things naturally, but we don't recognize them. And sometimes we might get a little panicky when some feeling comes up, not realizing, oh, this is what I've done every time that this feeling comes up. I can being a little more empowered, maybe help the people around us, help our kids to be able to recognize, oh, if I'm feeling, do one of several things, or just even one thing. So that if the feeling spectrum, so we have these situational situations that bring up the feelings, then we have these functions that we can do in order to help us move through those feelings. So that's the tip tonight. So I had some more stuff over there I didn't see. Okay, but that's it for tonight. Remember, you have a creative heartbeat, so listen for it. And I will be back tomorrow. Bye.